Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Welcome and good evening. We are at Parkway North High School for the IMX swim meet, Parkway Swim Club. We hope you all enjoy our live web stream tonight. We want to thank Kevin Girth for putting all this technology together. Good. Kevin, let me know when we're going on. Are we on? We're live. Well, there, good evening and welcome to the 2020 Parkway IMX swim meet. And tonight we are at Parkway North High School. And we've got the 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-olds, a couple 15-year-olds mixed in here over the course of the weekend. And we're going to bring you all the action right here on this live web stream. Kevin Girth for all his work to put this together. We've got a multi-camera setup. And for those of you who had the opportunity to tune in to the meet a couple of weeks ago when a different group of Parkway swimmers competed, you know this is a pretty high-quality broadcast, and so we hope that the audio is equally as good. My name is Matt Judkins. I'll be bringing you the action throughout the weekend. And one of the things I want to pass along to everyone is feel free to text me if your child is swimming this weekend. Send me a quick text. My phone number 314-369-3289, and if I get the opportunity, I'll add a few little tidbits. What we want to know about your child is their name, obviously. Put your name in the text. What is your child's name? What group do they swim in? How old are they? What grade school do they go to? Or high school in that case. What's the favorite stroke? What other activities are they involved in? And we'll try and work that in. We want everybody to know about these wonderful Parkway swimmers. As we get set to go here. We'll get to them here in just a few minutes now. We're going to start things off here this evening. Event number one, heat number one. We're going to have 5 heats here, 200-yard IM, 3 competing here. And we will go low numbers to high numbers, top of the screen to the bottom, lane 1. to lane 6 from top to bottom. This will be lane 2, 3, and 4. In lane 2, Gracie McLeod. Lane 3, Addie Fisher. And in lane 4, Athena McKinder. None of these young ladies have a time yet, but throughout the weekend, this will be a mixed event. So you will see the young ladies competing with the young men, and vice versa, as they both go for the best times. All swimmers here are looking to achieve some different things. As we stated, a couple of these swimmers will be swimming in their first events as members of the Parkway team. Some will be swimming new events. Some will be looking for B times, double B times. Some for the AAA times to qualify for the zone meets. Next year, at this time, as we get the first 50 meters on the butterfly, and that's Fisher just ahead of her. She's an 11-year-old here for this Parkway program, and she goes into the backstroke just about half a body length ahead of McLeod with the Kinder now, closing a little bit on the backstroke. And all three of these young ladies, good times here as they get set to touch the wall through 75 yards. Good turn all the way around, and they're coming back the other way. You can hear the youngsters cheer in the background as well, and you've got 30 or 40 swimmers here this evening for session number 1. And we have to bring all the action here this afternoon. Fisher continues to do, she touches the wall on the backstroke, will go back the other way now into the breaststroke. As you watch a lot of these swimmers develop throughout their young careers, a lot of them will gravitate towards one, maybe 2 different strokes. This IM, the individual medley, puts all 4 strokes together. We're on stroke number 3 right now, and you can definitely see sometimes swimmers have a preferred stroke or a stronger stroke now as we watch the cloud take the lead as she touches the wall. 125 yards the other way now in the breaststroke. None of the 3 young ladies competing right now have a time registered yet for the Parkway Swim Club, so Gracie McLeod now, 12 years old. And Kinder, 14. Now couples, even with Fisher, as they come to the wall, you can see there on your screen. Other way now, there's McLeod. And now you get into the freestyle here, the 4th stroke here in the individual medley. And we oftentimes find out who's got just a little bit more gas left in the tank. As the Kinder now starts to close the gap on the crowd. 3 swimmers checking even. It's going to come right down to the wire as they come back the other way. Good race here. It's going to be all through to the wall at this point. Fisher into Kinder now into first and second place. Fisher pulling just slightly ahead by about half a stroke. And it'll be Fisher to the wall. 3 minutes 8 seconds. 0.46. 2:40. A little bit of a miscalc with the clock here. A couple of soft touches from the young ladies. You can see the times there. Number 2 here, coming from top to bottom of the screen. Adam Barnes, Lindsey Wong, Kevin Wong, Anna Huebner, and top bottom of the screen. The 200 individual medley. Swimmers in this group here range is 1 11-year-old, that's Lindsey Wong, she's in lane number 3. For the other 5 swimmers, all 15 years old, and Wong very strong now. She first to touch at the wall, coming back the other way. Lindsey and Kevin, 2 years apart, they have both registered time. 3 minutes 25 seconds fastest time for Lindsey, and 3 minutes 27 seconds fastest time for Kevin. Lindsey can go once again, could go back the other way now with the backstroke. Good turns for both of them. Going first for this one. I'll come back to the wall. Throw it off the wall that time. Here in the bottom of your screen was Raw. Followed by Barnes, Lebanon, and Huebner. Back the other way now on the backstroke. Barnes neck and neck as they come back the other way. Closing the gap slightly with the ball. opportunity to go neck and neck in the breaststroke. Looks like Kevin a little stronger maybe in this stroke as he pulls just slightly ahead. They go to the other end of the pool, hanging right in there though. Here in lane 6 is Kayla Wall. Fourth slot in lane 2 is Barnes, followed by Hebner and then Zweibelman. Remember now, folks, if you want to understand a little bit or have some anecdotes about your child that's going to swim this weekend, feel free to text me 314-369-3289 and we'll see if we can't get some information out there about them. Give me your name, your child's name, and then those little tidbits. Other way now for the Wongs. Kevin in first, he's in lane 4. Lindsay lane 3, she is in second, followed by Kayla Wall lane 6. Lane 2 is Adam Barnes. And then in lane 5 and 1 respectively, it is Hebner and Zweibelman. Looks like both these youngsters are going to do well to break their times from previously. Kevin to the wall first, 2:59.30. Lindsay second at 3:02.08. So both of them improved on their previous times from their last time swimming this. Kevin, of course, trying to register in. Lindsay and that 11 and 12-year-olds at the 200 IM. She just missed getting that B time. New time standards came out just today. We posted on the Parkway website here very soon as we finish out. The rest of the crew coming to the wall, Barnes, Hebner, and Zweibelman. We get set for heat number 3, going from top to bottom on your screen. It'll be Sethi, Boland, Sticked, Fichter, and McCool. Again, 11-year-olds, a 12-year-old, and a 13-year-old. Swimmers getting some last-minute instructions, of course, for some of these, very new to this Parkway program. I'm going to make sure this meet being run a little bit differently as everyone tries the social distance. You see the masks on the timers and the coaches around the pool. The referee giving some final instructions here as we get set to go. Looks like we'll have our first scratch of the evening here. Tommy Fichter, not in the event here in lane 5 as they go to mark. Out quickly in the early lead is the lane number 3. That's Calmus, and she came in at 3:12.01, her fastest time. A number of other swimmers are all kind of even and just slightly different as the coaches shout out their instructions for these youngsters. These young ladies all competing against each other and practicing with each other. They go back the other way. Calmus continues the lead. Now Rachel Boland, of course, young Rachel. Her father's a doctor, Matt Boland, and known Matt for a long time, one of the fine gentlemen here in the St. Louis area. As those two young ladies continue to peak. Third off the wall there that time is Stitch. And the other two coming in right behind her, McCool and Sethi. They quickly get to the wall, these first two leading the pack on the backstroke. Straight Calmus and Boland. There they touch and they'll go the other way. Everybody touches now. They'll go back the other way. Now the breaststroke. And we've seen now in the first couple of races, the breaststroke seems to be one of those strokes that can separate different folks. Some are very adept at the breaststroke. Others struggle with the breaststroke. Speaking as a swim parent, I have a child on each end of that spectrum. And so they work time and again, the coaching staff here at Parkway, trying to develop those strokes. Calmus continuing to lead here over Boland, stitched in third. fourth place, or third place, excuse me, followed by now in third, Sethi and McCool. 2 11-year-olds on the outside. Now they'll go the other way into the freestyle. And this is like we said earlier, this is the event, and oftentimes the one where the swimmers who have the most left in the tank, they've saved a little bit, can really make some headway. But both of these two battling hard. We're watching Stitch come up in lane number 4. She closes the gap just a little bit. Sethi continuing in fourth and McCool in third. Now we're going to come down to the wire. The two battling. It's Kalmus and Bolin. They're trying to make their best times here. Both looking to go under 3:10. It's going to be to the wall. And, of course, Kalmus is going to break her time at 2:56. Bolin to the wall at 2:58. Nice improvements there. Stitch to the wall now at 3:02. And she gets a personal best time. The final two coming to the wall. And it looks like they also will get personal best times. So well done all the way around throughout the pool. All 5 of the young ladies competing with personal best times. And so nice job for them as we go to heat number 4. And coming from the top to the bottom of your screen, it'll be Savannah Amon, Ethan Hill, Madeline Stoner, Clark Montgomery, Gigi Gartner, and Harry Pendleton down here in lane number 6. Swimmers are up on the blocks. It goes girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy in this one, in age groups 11 and 12. And then Gartner is the 13-year-old quickly into the pool now, and we go right into the butterfly stroke. All swimmers right now looking very strong as they got off the blocks quickly and coming out of the chute first. The swimmers in lane number 3, Stoner, and number 2, Hill. Off the wall, Hill with a nice turn. He seems to take a little bit of a lead. Montgomery and Amon, third and fourth, with Gartner and Pendleton trailing just slightly behind. Again, this is one of those strokes where the kids who develop a little quicker typically are better at this stroke because it takes a lot of strength. Off the wall now into the backstroke. Nice turn there by young Ethan Hill, the 12-year-old. He's in lane 2, but an excellent turn as well from Stoner as she now pulls back into the lead slightly. Very strong backstroke. And here coming up in lane 4 very quickly is Clark Montgomery. You see him stretching it out down here in lane number 6. Harry Pendleton also having a nice backstroke swim, then followed by Gartner and Amon. Neck and neck now in the middle of the pool. Lanes number 2 and 3. It's Stoner and Hill. And as we've seen in earlier events, the breaststroke is one that can separate. But boy, look at this. A very strong swim on the backstroke from Clark Montgomery. The 11-year-old in lane number 4 has now closed it to a body length. Let's see now who's able to hold things together during the breaststroke. Good form all the way around. As the other 3 swimmers also come through. Pendleton and Amon coming through, and then Gartner down to the other end. Strong breaststroke in that middle of the pool once again. That's Stoner, Madeline Stoner, just 12 years old. She and Hill battling now. She's first off the wall. We'll come back for another 25. Nice pull out by the young lady. Looks like she's might be struggling with her cap just a little bit, so hopefully that does not cause her any stress. She continues to stretch out her lead now. All the other swimmers holding in. She's off the wall. She'll go first into the freestyle, followed directly behind by Hill, and then Montgomery. Gartner closed nicely on that one as well, as did Pendleton and Amon, also off the wall for the final time. Let's see who's got the most gas left in the tank. You'll hear that time and again when we do the IM. What coaches talk about, do you have any energy at the end of the swim to push it all the way home? Madeline Stoner now trying to break 2:56. Looks like she's got an opportunity here. She'll make it to the wall and she'll touch. And looks like we had an issue with the clock, so we're not really sure. But 2:50, 2:52. So looks like she was able to get under 2:50 at 2:49. Nice time as well, as you see it on your screen there for Hill, as he broke his personal best. And all the way around as the tallies come in, personal best after personal best. Congratulations to this group of youngsters. And for the second heat in a row, we've got these youngsters who are competing hard and improving on their best times. Final heat here in this 200-yard individual medley will pit in lane number 1, Jessa Lee against Ava McLeod. Lane 3, Samantha Silvestri. Sierra Graham in 4, Nathan Bauer in lane 5, and Emma Busselman in lane number 6. Time, all the swimmers get up on the blocks. Quick lay out of the chute right here down in lane number 5. Very powerful butterfly from Nathan Bauer. He's a 13-year-old. 2:42 is his best time in this 200-yard IM. He's quickly to the wall in a very fast 14 seconds. Battling now, trying to make his way all the way to the wall. Second place just by a nose. Step there in lane number 2 is McLeod. Followed very closely right behind her by Graham and Silvestri. Lee in lane 1, and down here in lane number 6, Bosselman coming right behind. Backstroke now, and Bauer continues to stretch it out a little bit. Coming out of lane number 5, very powerful, and a lot of times you will see swimmers who are good in the butterfly are also pretty good in the backstroke, requiring a lot of power for those two events, and you're seeing it right now as Bauer picks him up and puts him down. Second place now, moving into that position, is Graham, followed by McLeod and Sylvester, Lee, and Bosselman once again. Of course, Jessa Lee, her older sister Samantha, swims on the Parkway Club, and she is one of the elite swimmers, also a good high school swimmer. Both of those young ladies attend Westminster Christian Academy, and they come to the wall now, and she'll get the final turn. Breaststroke now as this starts to divide the swimmers out and break them up a little bit. Bauer continuing in the lead, but a nice little bit of a close here by Graham. Followed very quickly by Sylvester and McLeod again. As Bosselman down here in lane 6 gets to the wall on the far side, and Lee does as well. Gap closing inch by inch. Graham to Bauer. See if she can get it within a body length, and then who's got the energy left to go? Bauer to the wall first. 153 was his split on that one. Other way now. Here goes Sierra Graham, and they'll go into the freestyle. Quickly off the wall with a great turn that time was McLeod. Remember now, Bauer trying to get under 242. Sylvester, 229. She came in with the fastest time. Graham at 236. Swimmers coming to the wall here. First one in is Bauer. Soft touch again for him, so we didn't get the time registered up there. Another touch that time. The timers are going to have to record all those. Lane number 2 was 234. That, of course, is McLeod. That is a personal best for her, and I think everyone else is going to be on their personal best thanks to that one. So a nice swim here as Lee comes in. She'll finish in the 5 slot, the young 12-year-old, and then Bosselman, the 15-year-old, will finish in the 6th slot. So that will wrap up our event number 1. We are through the 200-yard IM so far. We hope you've enjoyed it this evening. We want to give a shout out to Kyle McCool. His daughter Campbell, of course, just swam a really, really good event here. And I want to thank him for our first text of the evening. Now remember, if you want to talk a little bit about your children, let me know who they are. We can mention them on the air here. Send me a text, 314-369-3289. My name is Matt Judkins. I have a couple of swimmers in the Parkway program, and for those of you who've been around a while, you've probably seen me and heard me more times than you care. But you're stuck with me this weekend as we bring you this great action. Welcome back to Parkway North High School for the Parkway IMX swim meet here. The first meet of the year for most of these youngsters. They've waited a long time. Most of these young swimmers have not had the opportunity to compete since way back in late February or early March. Meets canceled throughout the country due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of them were able to compete in their summer swim teams, but not all of them. And so new experience for them as they are back in the pool here. Seen some very fast times, wrapping things up from that 200 IM. We had a number of BB times and A times. BB times for McLeod, Sylvester, and Bauer in that last heat, and then Sierra Graham, she carded an A time for the 12-year-old girls at 2:32.85, coming in just behind Bauer at 2:28.38. We get set now for the next event. We're going to have 4 heats, 100-yard freestyle. These will go quick, of course, and so be sure to tune in. It'll be 4 lengths of the pool, down and back. We get set to go. Top to bottom of the screen once again. Lane number 1 is at the top of the screen, 6 at the bottom. In lane 2, in this one, there'll be 3 swimmers. It'll be Athena DeKinder, Andrew Kastner in lane number 3, and Anna Zweibelman in lane number 4. They get set to go. Zweibelman and DeKinder, no time yet. Kastner, he'll be looking to beat 1:46.47. And of course, young Andrew Kastner, excellent young man. He goes to Parkway Central High School, just a freshman there. But amongst his other, always came out, competed hard. He's doing well here, back to the wall. So is DeKinder, both of them off the wall, just about 42nd. To see the time there to the left side of your screen now. DeKinder stretches it out a little bit more. Zweibelman coming in just behind them. Back to the wall to the other side, then they'll start to hit the home stretch. Turn from East third one coming in, Zweibelman should go to the wall and get out there as well. He's going to save significant time off his previous best. Both of these youngsters now go to the wall. DeKinder's going to touch first, followed by Kastner coming in behind him. Zweibelman strong in the freestyle. First one in, 1:22. Next one in is going to be just a little bit over that. We don't have his time recorded, as it looks like we had a malfunction out. 1:24, so Kastner improving nearly over 22 seconds on his time. Nice feat for that young man. Always excellent to see these young competitors go out and best their time. Way to go, Andrew, and way to go, young ladies. Great job. Heat number 2, here we go. We will have 4 competitors in this one, lanes 2 through 5, top to bottom. For Anderson, and Johnny Laird will round things out in lane number 5. All 4 of these fast off the blocks. All of them off the wall in pretty good time. Now they'll flip and come back the other way. First in the lead here, lane number 4 is Anderson, Victoria Anderson, just 11-year-old. Her best time, 1:18.09. Best time for Margaret Rendoza right next to her in lane 3, 1:18.03. They're the first to the wall. The other 2 is being rounded out by Hedner and Laird. They'll go the other way now. The front runners here stretching it out a little bit. A couple of 11-year-olds battling right here in the middle of the pool. Good turns off the wall. Let's look at the pull out. Nicely done by both young ladies now. Coming the other way is Hedner. She'll be the third one to the wall, and then Laird. But right down to the wire, both of them trying to best 1:08. Let's see if they can get there in time. Again, a lot of these swimmers have not competed in more than 6 months. Right to the wall, 1:10, 1:09, and 1:10, just off of their times, respectively. Coming back the other way, it'll be Hedner to the wall. She's trying to beat 1:35. Looks like she will do that. And then, of course, Mr. Laird, he'll drop 20 seconds in his time. Came in at 1:43. So nice job by all those youngsters. Nice competitive race and some nice time dropping as we now go to heat number 3. This will be a full 6-lane race. Top to bottom of the screen, and Emma Postelman, Nathan Bauer, Katie Ramani here in lane number 6. He's deep in the pool now. First one out, lane number 4. He's out quickly. That's Nathan Bauer. We saw him just a few moments ago in that 200-yard individual medley. Previous time achieved that double B time as a 13-year-old. Dropped 14 seconds in that event. Now he's the front runner in this one. Followed quickly behind him by Huang and Green as they are right on his heels. Quick first to the wall. Now they'll go back the other day for one more lap. Fourth in is Klein, followed by Ramani and Bostelman. Age range is here, 12 for Huang in lane number 3, up to 15 for Bostelman in lane number 1. Here they are to the wall once again. Now we've got a tight race. Bauer giving a little bit away. He's got it in the tank. Nice pull out there, and she's caught him there in lane number 3. Here comes Huang, Serena Huang, trying to get to the wall ahead of Bauer. She takes the lead by about a half a stroke. Bauer battling. Right there in third place, though, is Green. They're going to come to the wall. Good times all the way around. 101. That'll be a best time for both of the first 2 finishers. And in lane number 2, also a best time as the final 3 come in. Lane number 5 is Klein, followed by Ramani and Bostelman. So nice job all the way around. Some excellent times there as well. And we will now move forward to our 4th and final heat here in this 100-yard freestyle. Audrey Wagner will start things off in lane number 1, followed by Tanner Hilsman. And of course, Tanner looks like he has shot up considerably. We talked about his older brother helping out here this evening, get things set up. So they get ready to go in. Ryan Lipsky in lane number 3, Genevieve Hahn in 4, McLeod in 5, that's Ava McLeod, and Alex McGee in lane 6. We've got a scratch here in this one. Audrey Wagner not competing tonight in lane number 1. So everybody will be trying to keep up with Lipsky. Lipsky coming in, he's the only previous time under a minute. He came in at 58:33, which is very fast. He's a 13-year-old, along with McLeod and McGee. Hahn is a 14-year-old, and young Tanner Hilsman, just a 12-year-old. Right now it's Lipsky and Hilsman. They are front running right next to each other as they do battle in lanes number 3 and 2 respectively. Right behind them, of course, is Hahn, followed by McGee and McLeod. Back the other way they go, battling right down to the end here. Can we get a personal best for both of these young men? Inside the last 10 yards, it looks like it's going to be Lipsky. Is he going to get under his best time? He does. He beats it by 2 seconds. Hilsman drops considerably as he drops 4 seconds down to 57:02, all the way in there for those 2 young men. Nice job. It'll be rounded out then by McLeod, McGee, and Hahn. So nice job all the way. We'll take another quick break, folks. Just about a 2-minute break as we get set for the next event, and we'll come back with our next event. Next one up on the docket, the 100-yard backstroke. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a few moments. Welcome back. We are at the 2020 Fall Parkway IMX Swim Meet, the first meet of the year for most of these youngsters. And so far we are through two events. We've had the 200-yard IM and the 100-yard freestyle. A couple of updates on the youngsters that just completed that 100-yard freestyle. Tanner Hillsman in lane number 2 in the previous event. He scored a AA time in the 11 and 12-year-old category under the new time standards, and of course and quite a race for those two coming right down to the wire. But that 56:08, of course, an A time for him as he's moved up to that higher level age group in 13-year-olds. So we'll come back in here, and as we get ready to go, we're now going to have the 100-yard backstroke. In this event, there will be 4 heats. First heat will only have 3 competitors, and then they will fill out in 6 lanes each for the subsequent 3 heats. Remember now, top to bottom of your screen, lane number 1 at the top of the screen, lane number 6 at the bottom of your screen. As you watch this, swimmers move starting from the left, they go to the right. Blocks are to our left here at Parkway North High School. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the great pictures from this event so far, and of course the event a couple of weeks ago. We want to thank Kevin Girth. He's got a few swimmers in the program, and he is the man producing the entire web stream here throughout the weekend. And he's come in early, he set everything up, and he's done a wonderful job of making sure these swimmers are seen by their parents, their grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters, whoever it may be. First 3 swimmers about to jump in here now on this 100-yard backstroke. Fastest swimmers in this event will go just a little over a minute. That'll happen likely in number 4, although you can oftentimes see someone really drop some time, especially in the backstroke, as they fill out and mature. These youngsters all grow at different rates, as parents out there know, and so you may see some considerable time improvements. Now, these first 3 young ladies who jump into the pool right now, that'll be Anna Zweibelman in lane 2, Athena DeKinder in lane 3, and Addie Fisher in lane number 4. These 3 ladies, none of them have a time registered yet for Parkway, so they stretch things out. Nice little pull out that time by DeKinder. She's a 14-year-old. Zweibelman's 13, and Fisher just 11 here in lane number 4. And Fisher quickly gets the lead. First one to the wall, nice turn for her. She comes off the wall, back into the stretch out. Turns it right there with her. And nothing else. Zweibelman will touch the wall and go back the other way. Might hear the coaches in the background there, urging their swimmers on as Fisher, first one to the wall. The Kinder then as well. Zweibelman will come down, she'll touch the wall and go back the other way. Length and a half to the pool left for the 2 front runners. Zweibelman will come off the wall. And no times recorded for either one of these 2 young ladies. So they're looking to establish on a nice time. Slightly over a minute for Fisher as she touches and goes back the other way. Fisher just 11 years old, as we mentioned just a minute ago. And see what she comes in at here in just a moment. She'll be the first one to the wall. She passes the flag. She'll touch in at 1:24.99. That is just off the B time. Not bad for your first time. Touching into the wall at 1:29.66. Right behind her is the Kinder. And then Zweibelman now still making her way towards the finish line. The young 11-year-old establishing right up the bat a near B time, just misses it. 0.4 seconds. All right, now we're going to go. Heat number 2, top to bottom of your screen. Jumping in lane number 1 is Hebner. Bolin in lane 2, Pendleton in 3, Sadie Calamus in lane 4, Ethan Hill in lane 5, and Andrew Kastner down here in lane number 6. Off the wall, they come quickly. Nice start by all 6 swimmers. A couple of them quickly up out of the water, a couple of them stretching it out just a little bit longer underneath. First to the lead are in lane number 2, Bolin, and in lane number 5, Hill. Followed quickly by the 2 in the middle of the pool, Pendleton and Calamus, Huebner and Kastner. There the first 25. Of course, Andrew Kastner, his young sister, also swimming for the Parkway Club. She's competing in a volleyball match tonight, so we want to give a shout out to that young volleyball team. She actually plays with my daughter, so good luck to them later this evening. As well, these swimmers compete. First to the wall there. Nice split that time. Was Calamus, followed by Hill, and then Harry Pendleton, Bolin right in behind him, with Huebner and Kastner coming right in behind them. Now they're going to go down to the wall. 3 in the front. Looks like we're going to go neck and neck here. It's Calamus and Hill. They'll be the first 2 to the wall. Looks like Pendleton just in behind him, battling to the wall. Here's Calamus, the 13-year-old. She'll be first one in. Might have had a little bit of a soft touch, but 1:23.12 for her. Good improvement on her end. Hill with a nice improvement. And also a good improvement that time coming out of the 3-hole was Pendleton. All 1:23 and change for them. And all the way down in lane number 6, we got to congratulate Kastner. He just dropped 16 seconds off of his time. So way to go, all these youngsters competing, but big improvement so far for Andrew Kastner in his first 2 events here tonight. As we get set for heat number 3, on top to bottom of the screen. Tommy Fichter looks like he is out. He missed his event earlier. Aman, Wong, Stoner, Ramani, and Sethi. Those are the 5 competing in this one. All these young. The 14-year-old. Lane number 4, right off the bat, is Stoner. We saw her swim very well earlier. She'll be looking to her best, for her best time, under 1:24, and Lindsay Long, also very strong earlier. She's in lane number 3. She competed against her brother, showed very well, and now she is battling Stoner here in this event for first and second place, but right in behind them are Ramani and Aman. Sethi just a slight few feet behind. All swimmers within touching distance of each other. They stretch it out, going for their touch on the wall at 75 yards. First one into the wall there is Stoner, followed by Wong. Behind her is Aman, Rahmani, and Sethi. Let's see if anybody's going to be able to. It looks like she's going to be able to stretch it out as she lengthens her lead now by a full body length. She'll be the first one to the flat. Under 1:24. She's going to beat that easily. She'll go under 1:20. Nice time for early, and then Aman. Good stretches. Will also drop some time. Rounding things out is Sethi. Good drop there as well. So all 5 dropping in that one. Way to go for those youngsters. And now, of course, we'll have the 4th and final heat. In event number 3, the 100-yard backstroke, Jessa Lee coming out of lane number 1, Clark Montgomery, Graham, Bosselman in 3 and 4, Sylvester, and McLeod down here in lane number 6. So 5 young ladies and a young man here quickly off the wall. So they all rise up out of the water, all neck and neck here in this early going. Montgomery getting the early lead. One to the ball, does a nice turn. Now they stretch the wall 3 even here. 2, 3, and 5. That would be Montgomery, Graham, and so respectively. Behind them, as is McLeod, followed all the way in by Bob. Really closing the gap here, though, in lane number 6 is Bosselman as she continues to catch up to the other 3 front runners. First one to the wall this time is Graham. Sierra Graham, 12 years old. She's trying to go. She's going to be right up. This pace continues. Graham's going to be the first one to the wall. She is going to drop time here on this one. She cruises in. Nice little step. Those young ladies. Possibly having just a little in lane number 4, but still a very, very solid swim all the way around. And we're going to take about a 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll have a 3-yard breaststroke. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the 2020 Parkway Swim Club IMX swim meet here. As these youngsters are competing in their first of the season. This is an inter-squad meet. These times do count. A lot of them trying to establish those times for the year. Some of them getting new time, some of them looking for new standards. And of course, they're all out here competing as best they can here tonight. We want to thank Kevin Girth for allowing you to bring this action to you tonight. His production has been grade A, 100% as good as it can get. Multi-camera setup. You got cameras on the scoreboard and on the pool at all times, and I've enjoyed bringing you the action. My name is Matt Judkins, so if you want to tune in, if you're tuning in this evening and you want to send a tidbit or two about your son or daughter who is competing tonight, send me a note. Text me at 314-369-3289, and I will mention them on the air, and I'll mention you on the air. We are now in event number 4. This is the 100-yard breaststroke, and as we mentioned, each race, top to bottom of the screen, lane 1 to 6. This is 3 competitors, Johnny Laird, Anna Zweibelman, and Athena DeKinder, and they're in 2, 3, and 4 respectively. Quickly out of the chute. This will be 4 lengths of the pool as Laird grabs a quick little slight lead, but now it looks like Zweibelman will overtake him as they go towards the wall in the turn at the 25-yard mark. Of course, this is one of those strokes that requires an intense focus on technique, and a stroke that some swimmers master very quickly and easily, and others struggle with throughout their career. And right now, it looks like Zweibelman's really found her groove. She does not have a time yet, neither does Laird nor DeKinder. All of them recording this for the first time for Parkway. She quickly comes to the wall with a nice split. 45-51 for her. Followed quickly right at 50, right at just over 60 seconds by Johnny Laird, and then DeKinder. Laird, 12 years old, Zweibelman 13, and then DeKinder 14 as she goes down to the other end of the pool. He hits it just about 1 minute, 10 seconds or so. She'll come back the other way. They're hanging in there at second place, and DeKinder very strong in third place. Halfway home now. Zweibelman will make her way to the wall inside the flag, and she will touch in at 1:36.75 in that 100-yard breaststroke. Next followed by Laird, the young 12-year-old, and DeKinder to the wall as well. So nice times establishing your first time out. She'll touch at 1:54. Now we go to heat number 2. Heat number 2 in this one, again, top to bottom of your screen, lane 1 to 6. Hebner McCool, that's Campbell McCool. And shout out to her father, Corey. He sent us a text earlier at 314-369-3289. Margaret Mendoza, Ava Stitch, Serena Huang, and Andrew Kastner in lane number 6. So here we go. Swimmers to the blocks. As they both get into the pool. And of course, we mentioned Kyle McCool sending us a quick little note about his daughter. Campbell, she's in 6th grade at Parkway South Middle. A number of the swimmers here attend Parkway South Middle, and so same age as my daughter, of course. 6th grader. She makes the turn to come back the other way. First place right now for Long. Followed slightly behind by a group of swimmers, Stitch, Mendoza, and McCool. Then it's Hebner and Andrew Kastner down here in lane number 6. Coaches continuing to shout out the instructions, and of course, you probably heard them throughout this. Of course, head coach, he is here tonight, along with the age group select coach, Chris Etherington. Blue group coaches, Kean Quigley, and his assistant, Cade Cross, and of course, Gavin Hager. Hear him throughout the evening, and then Coach MJ Wohler from Senior 1, along with her assistant, Ethan Goldfarb. All of them shouting out instructions now. Strong to the wall. Good swim here so far. In lane number 5, really stretching it out. Serena Huang, she is going to drop 30 seconds at least off her time. 1:19.56.64. My math isn't good enough. Quick. I just know it's more than a half a second. So a nice swim by her. Followed quickly by Stitch. Then Mendoza and McCool, top of the screen. Huebner now coming in to touch in just a moment. And Andrew Kastner, but Andrew Kastner with an opportunity to really shave off significant time as well. We saw him in his first 2 swims of the evening drop significant times in his other 2 events, and it's always interesting, as we talked about, young kids grow at different times and different ages. Andrew now starting to round into his body and really stretch it out now as he comes in with a really strong swim at 157. And that's over a 20-second drop. Way to go, Mr. Kastner, on that one, but very strong swim all the way around for that group headed by Huang. Now, heat number 3 of 4, we've got Kevin Wang, Victoria Anderson, Gracie McLeod, Alex McGee, Katie Klein, and Anissa Rahmani down here in lane number 6. Quickly stretching it out early. This is Alex McGee. He's really side by side with Katie Klein. Followed quickly. I mean, this is going to be a tight one all the way through. It looks like these swimmers grouped nicely. Third one to the wall. Looks like that time it was Anderson, followed by Huang. Then McLeod and Rahmani. Back the other way. Stretching it out slightly in that purple cap, Alex McGee. Alex looking to go under 132. He's very strong to the wall. He keeps up this pace. He'll easily shatter that. So will some of these other folks. And 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4 in McLeod, Anderson, and Klein. Other way now. Strong swim now by Kevin Wong up at the top of the screen. We've got some breaststrokers here, folks. Coach is imploring their young athletes to give it their best, put in that effort, use that technique that they work on time and time again. And of course, most of these swimmers here invest a lot of time in the pool, but look at this really strong swim coming out of lane number 4. It's Alex McGee. He's going to drop significant time here as he gets to the wall, touches just at 125.09. Nice job for young Alex. He just dropped 7 seconds off of his time all the way down and in. Looks like we're going to have drops all the way through. That one followed quickly in behind by McLeod and Anderson, then Klein, Wong, and Rahmani. And that'll round things out here in heat number 3. We'll go to heat number 4. This should be a good one. A lot of fast swimmers here in this heat once again. It'll be Eleanor Green, top of your screen in lane number 1, followed by Ryan Lipsky, Ava McLeod, Tanner Hulsman, Audrey Wagner, who scratched earlier. She's out this evening. And then Genevieve Hahn here in lane number 6. Going the other way now. Hulsman quickly to the wall. And, of course, we talk about his favorite breaststrokes. Well, he's a strong one. He's got a big brother, one of the top breaststrokers in the state of Missouri. And he's following right there in his big brother's footsteps. Look at this young man. Stretch it out strong as he comes down to the wall on the first touch. And, of course, his big brother, they're timing and coaching him all at the same time. Second to the wall here. And this one is Lipsky, followed by McLeod. Then it's Green, Wagner out of the race here in lane number 5, so it'll be Hahn third. But man, Hulsman really stretching it out nicely for him. Touching it and going the other way. Nice close there by Ava McLeod as well. As she goes back the other way, slightly takes the lead over Lipsky. Look at young Tanner. He's going to get to the wall. He's going to get there in impressive fashion. Wow. 110.97, almost a 5-second drop for that young man. Next two to the wall, it'll be McLeod just out touching Lipsky at 117.55 and 117.69. And then rounding things out, it will be Green and Hahn. Now we're going to have a quick break here, and then we'll come back with the 100-yard butterfly. We'll be back in just a little while. Right back at him. We are back once again. Yeah, 2020. I'm losing my dates. I'm losing my mind. It's hot in here. It's humid. So for all your parents that are at home, all your grandparents, brothers and sisters, wherever you may be, we got a shout out from somebody who's watching. Great state of Colorado, and of course, some other shout-outs coming through on the YouTube chat. So we want to say hello to a couple of friends. You know, you don't have to have a kid here competing tonight to watch, or even a grandkid. We've got other Parkway parents. A nice shout out to Ryan Matheny, who's tuning in here this evening, and of course, so many great Parkway parents and some parents. That competes in the blue group. She'll be here later this weekend. We get set to go now. This will be event number 5. It'll be the 100-yard butterfly, and this will be just 2 heats, 5 in the first, 6 in the second. Of course, some would consider the butterfly the single hardest stroke, mostly because of the strength it might take for some of those youngsters to do it. A little update on our last event. In that last heat, we had 5 competitors, all of them getting a standard time, and boy, Tanner Hulsman, who will turn 13 in a few weeks, but he just he'll come in at an A time when he enters that 13 and 14-year-olds in a couple of weeks. BB time for McLeod, Lipsky, Green, and Hahn all achieving B times as well. Wendy, see, we're missing a couple of swimmers here, or one swimmer here, as we get set to jump in now on the butterfly. You don't see, they're shouting, saying, anybody else want to get in on the race? You don't see a lot of these youngsters jumping up and down to get into that event now. So it'll be 4 in this one, top to bottom of the screen. It'll be Hebner, Zweibelman, Rahmani, and Bostelman. 3 of the 4, no time yet, just Rahmani. And this 14 years old, she's trying to beat 136. Into the pool they go, and of course she's coming out of lane number 3. She's first one up out of the water. First ahead of everybody else is Bostelman. This will be 4 lengths of the pool. Down and back, down and back. Tough stroke. This one requires a lot of technique as well, and the additional body mass and ability to really control yourself in this one. This is more of a power stroke. I would say if you look at the different strokes across swimming in my novice eye, and just what I know, this one's a power stroke, really long backstroke. They do take technique. Really technical, heavy is the breaststroke, and then of course the freestyle. That can be in all varieties. Those are oftentimes youngsters who are just simply fast at everything they do, but it does require technique, and really to get to that next level, that next gear, you got to add the technique. But you see a lot of youngsters who participate in multiple sports, they'll swim the freestyle. The ones who participate in more power sports, they might be in this event now. Nice to the wall here is Bostelman. She'll touch that. Just about a minute. She'll come back the other way. Again, the only one with the time in this one is Rahmani. She's in lane 3. She's in second place right now in the heat. She's trying to beat 136. At 120 right now. She might have an opportunity to do that, but it's going to be Bostelman inside bags, keeping her head down. Looks to get to the wall. Nice stretch, and she does. She gets there at 128.71. Looks like we're going to have a new time here for Rahmani as well. 133.94. She drops nearly 3 seconds. Finally running things out is Zweibelman and Hebner as they now get ready to come to the wall. This stroke can really wear you out. I know personally I could do about a length of the pool, and that's about it. So you're not going to find me volunteering for very many of these either when it comes to the butterfly. Now, so we get ready to go here. We're going to be down a couple of swimmers as well. Looks like lanes number 1 and 2 will be empty as well. So we're going to go with lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. It'll be Sylvester, Graham, Lee, and Kalmus. This should be a good race. Fastest one coming into this one, 113. That's Sylvester. She's in lane number 3. Onto the block they go. Good start for all of them. Long pull out now for all 4 of these swimmers. Good strong stroke. And it looks like Sylvester right now has just an early inch up on the other 3 competitors. will be the first one to the wall, followed quickly by Graham and Lee, who are within just fractions of a second of each other. And then the 13-year-old St. Calmus down here in lane number 6. As they come to the wall for the first touch inside the flags, it'll be Sylvester, and she'll touch that at just over 35 seconds. Nice time for her. She keeps up with that pace, and she will 1:13.7 time coming in. The other two will also break their previous best times as they continue to push strong to the wall. All 4 of these swimmers doing very well, looking for personal best. 55 seconds on the first touch of the wall at the far end. They go the other way. It'll be Sylvester, Graham, Lee, and Calmus in that order as they come back the other way. And a lot of times these swimmers lose a little bit of steam as they come off that wall for this last length in this very, very tough 100-yard butterfly. Into the wall first, 1:6 seconds to hers, 1:8. Nice one for her. It's 3 seconds, and then a drop of 8 seconds for a round out event number 5. We're going to take a quick little 5-minute break. When we come back on the other side of this one, we're going to have our final event of session number 1 here of the 2020 Parkway IMX. We'll be back in just a few moments. Well, we'll see. If he qualifies, yes. I'm going to be there. Why not? All right, we ready? Welcome back. You are watching the 2020 Parkway IMX swim meet. This is the first swim meet of the year for most of these youngsters. Most of them have been back in the pool since midsummer, and now they finally get a chance at founding the 19. In this first session of the event, my name is Matt Jones. I'm happy to bring you in here this evening. Of course, we want to give a shout out to Kevin Girth. He is producing the entire web stream broadcast here the entire weekend. The setup is as good and fanciful as I can ever wish to be behind the microphone for. And I want to thank a couple other people too. Blair Porter, who sets everything up, and now he's kind of almost the marshal, getting everybody ready. We don't have a traditional bullpen in this one, and then he was assisted by Riley Hillsman setting things up this evening. We'll move now on to event number 6, and this is the 200-yard freestyle. We're actually going to have 6 heats in this one for the first time here tonight. There'll be 3 competing in this first one. It'll be Athena DeKinder, Addie Fisher, and Kayla Wall. Those will be in lane 2, 3, and 4 respectively. This will be 8 lengths of the pool. This one should take anywhere from about, it'll start at the very low end when we get to the kids who are extremely fast, around 2 minutes, all the way up to maybe around 4 minutes. So we'll see. As all 3 competitors touch the wall, they come back the other way. This is one of those races where experienced swimmers have understood how to pace themselves, but it takes training, it takes technique, and it takes competing. Of course, with this being the first meet of the year, a lot of these youngsters are going to be out of practice on how to go fast, when to go fast, when to give a little extra effort, when to lay off the throttle just a little bit so they don't wear themselves out. So each of them coming in with a nice split off of that first 50 yards. They'll touch the wall on the far end. Wall will touch the wall first. The 13-year-old heads back the other way. She's in lane number 4, followed by Addie Fisher, the 11-year-old, and the 14-year-old. Remember now, after this event, we're going to take a break. We'll have the second session of the night. Later on this evening, starting, roughly, let me see what we got on the agenda tonight. We've got a starting time for that second session, and that'll be about 7:45, so be sure to join us. Tell your friends if they've got kids swimming this evening and they're going to be in that session. Send us their names. Let us know who they are. They can text me, 314-369-4289, or send us a little note right through the YouTube screen here as we go back now down the other way at the 150-yard mark. First one in here. The touch will be Kayla Wall. She'll go back the other way for her final lap. On the other side, right next to her is Fisher, followed by DeKinder. Good splits here all the way around. Again, these 3 young ladies have not established times yet in their young Parkway careers in this event, or they've just chosen not to swim this over the course of their time. Touching the wall. That's very strong. She'll go back the other way. Behind her, followed by DeKinder. And now she's inside the flag. She's going to touch this inside 240. Oh, right, yep, 239.98. 2/100ths of a second under 240. That's a very good first time out. 245.66 there for Fisher, and DeKinder will round things out. She's going to be under 3 minutes, and so that is very, very good. First time around for all 3 of these youngsters getting in that very difficult, stretched out 200-yard freestyle. We're going out to heat number 2, and there will be 5 competitors in this one. Weibelman will be the first one in. She'll be in lane number 1. In fact, she is scratched in this one, followed by McLeod in 2. Campbell McCool, lane number 3. Anna Hebner, and then Johnny Laird in lane number 5. Nobody in lane number 6. These swimmers now look to see they can pace themselves just a little bit before they go all out. Good technique. They're all going to touch the wall within a fraction of a second of each other as they go into the first 25. Now back the other way. We've seen a number of strong swims from several in this group here this evening. Of course, we talked about the freestyle being the type of event where you may see some of the kids who could just go fast. Well, the kids who can just go fast quickly get tired in this one. The 200-yard freestyle, the 500-yard freestyle, the mile, all those become more of a distance event. And those require a different type of technique, a focus on technique, and the ability to really pace yourself so you don't get too tired throughout the entire race. To the other end of the pool. First one into the wall. There. Here's McCool. Just 11 years old. Showing her pairs here this fall. Against the 12-year-old McLeod and Laird and the 13-year-old Hebner. Got about a body length lead ahead of the other 2 in McLeod and Hebner. They're neck and neck, followed by Laird. There's 100 in. She's at 122. Nice split for that young lady. Came into this one 312. She's well ahead of that pace. Touches the wall now here. That's 125. Should go back the other way. She's starting to stretch out that distance between the next few swimmers. We're going to round things out as he touches. Comes back the other way. Under 2 minutes solid, though. He's got a very strong time. They're coming to this one at 3:20. He's ahead of that pace as well. All these swimmers now. Now it becomes technique and guts. Back the other way. Looks like she might have got confused there on that one, McCool, but she'll go the other way. Still with it there. Her split at 209 should be well ahead of the 312. She'll flip turn. Turn off the wall. She'll push off the wall. Swimmer's getting tired now. Closing the gap a little bit this evening. You see how much pool's left. She's right on her heels now as they come into the final 15 yards. This one's going to go right down to the wire. It's Huebner and McCool to the wall now. Who's going to out-touch the other one? Huebner trying to get there. McCool trying to get there. It'll be McCool, 2:53. She'll drop significant time off of her previous of 3:12. Soft touch it looked like for Huebner. It's following, coming all the way in here now. Lane number 2 is McLeod, and then Laird will round things out in lane number 5 and at 3:08. So it looks like improvements across the board for each of these young swimmers here. So congratulations to them. Heat number 3 now. We'll have 6 competitors in this one. First 2 in lanes 1 and 2 are Kevin Wong and Lindsay Wong. Madeline Stoner, followed by Rachel Bolin, Carrie Pendleton, and Ava Stick. First one out of the chute here now is Stoner, followed quickly by Pendleton and Stitch. Bolin right in behind them, and then up at the top of your screen, Kevin Wong. So we've got an 11-year-old in this one, Lindsay Wong, all the way up to 13. That'll be the 2 on the outside, Kevin and Ava, and then the other 3 competitors, Stoner, Bolin, and Pendleton, all at 12 years old, all looking strong now as they come back in. First one to the wall on this first 50 yards will be Stoner, followed just slightly in behind by Wong. Actually, Wong overtook her on the touch by 0.02 seconds, so they're neck and neck. Looks like Stoner might have stretched it out a little bit, but all the swimmers here within striking distance of each other, and we saw in the previous heat, you can really close quickly. Swimmers in this one can get tired as they try and continue to work on technique, pace, and whatnot. And we know, of course, all those things come together in this very difficult 200-yard freestyle. Back the other way now. A little bit of a lead now for Stoner. She'll be the first to the wall, followed by Kevin. Very quickly right in behind him is Pendleton, and then Lindsay Wong and Rachel Bolin. Of course, we want to give a shout out to Rachel's father. He is a doctor, and he's out there doing things that we all need in today's society as we try and help each other out. Not the safest profession to be in with the COVID-19 pandemic, but folks like him are dedicated to helping the human cause, and we want to thank him and, of course, all the other parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles that are healthcare workers during this time. We know you're essential to what we are doing as a society, so thank you for allowing your kids to come out here to compete as well. But shout out to Matt and all his fellow colleagues. We go down the other way. Stoner continuing to stretch it out. Chris Etherington shouting the AGS coach for one of his young pupils, trying to get her to continue her technique. Nice flip turn there in lane number 3 for her. Lane number 5 now is Pendleton. He'll come in next. Bolin closing the gap, as well as Kevin Wong, and then Lindsay Wong, followed all the way up by Ava Stitch down here in lane number 6. Back the other way now. Strong to the wall is Stoner. Stoner trying to beat 152. She'll do that by 15 seconds. So good for her. Still stretching all the way to the wall. In second place and in third place, nice finishes there. It was Pendleton and Bolin. They battle right down to the end. They'll drop time in theirs significantly as Bolin drops 11 seconds. Or excuse me, 9 seconds and 11 seconds on the other line for Pendleton. Good drops as well for Stitch and the two Wongs, Kevin and Lindsay. So nice race all the way around there. We'll now go to heat number 4. Again, 6 in this one. It'll be Gigi Gartner, Savannah Amon, Emma Bostelman, Victoria Anderson, Anya Sethi, and then Kennedy Johnson down here in lane number 6. Of course, Kennedy is a freestyle specialist. She's just 11 years old, and you see her quickly stretch out to the lead. Of course, she loves to play basketball as well, does young Kennedy, and you see her stretch this out. She's looking really strong, coming off a very strong last year, the 2019 and 2020 season, where she was battling to get to the zones meet. And of course, that all got interrupted by the pandemic, but she picks up, looks like for that young lady, right where she left off. Very powerful swim down here in lane number 6. Many of you newer to swimming may wonder, well, why do the kids in the pool typically go faster? Well, the faster times are in the middle of the pool because they don't have to put up with the wake of the others. You rarely see the fastest swimmers in the outside lanes, but right now, Johnson seems to be that swimmer, very strong through 75 yards thus far. If you are ahead of the rest of the pack in that outside lane, a lot of times you have to put up with the waves from the other. Good battle, though, is a couple of swimmers coming back into it. And this one in Bostelman and Anderson, the 15-year-old, and then Victoria, 11 years old. So you've got 3 11-year-olds in Anderson, Sethi, and Johnson. The 12-year-old in Amon, Gartner's 13, and then Bostelman, the 15-year-old. Still battling now as they go to touch the wall once again at 125. Anderson stretching it out just a little bit, though. Side by side with Bostelman. Coach is shouting out their instruction to all these youngsters. Top of the screen, continue to battle with each other, Gartner and Amon. First to the wall in a nice little split. 156, 98. Johnson just about, not quite 2 seconds behind the first two. We'll come now for the last lap. Let's see who's got anything left in the tank. We talked about that tank way back at the first event in the 200 IM. 3 to the wall. It's going to come right down to it. Bostelman is first, followed by Anderson. Johnson gaining in lane number 6. Bostelman now, about a half a body length. She'll get to the flag first. Will she get to the wall first? She's going to be followed right in there by Anderson and then Johnson. They're all going to come in nicely. Good times. 235, 236, 238, and all of those 3 young ladies have bested their previous times. Also, Sethi best her previous time by 4 seconds. And then at the top of the screen, quickly coming in, are Gartner and Amon. Nice swim by those young ladies as they come out of it with all improvements on their times. Final heat now in this 200-yard freestyle. We'll have 6 in this, actually 5 in this one. Lane number 3 is empty, so Lipsky is out. And we're going to have Barnes, Huang, Han, McGee, and Hulsman. Well, looks like we've got a reshuffling of the deck here. So we got a bit of a reshuffling of the deck here. Not sure which lane is which. Clearly not Hulsman in lane 6. We'll have to see who is who. You didn't get an updated sheet. But we had some scratches out of this one. Oh, excuse me, this is heat number 5. I'm way ahead of myself. So Ethan Hill, Nathan Bauer, Audrey Wagner is the scratch in lane 3, as she has been. Green, Montgomery, and Klein. So my apologies. When you get older, which I will turn older in a week and a half, the eyes go, then the mind goes, sometimes the ears go. For me, it's all going the other way. First one now, though, and this one is Nathan Bauer. He's trying to beat 227. So I fully expect to get some nice text messages after that mess up. Send me some notes. Let me know what you're out there listening to, who you want to hear about. You can send me a note about your child, your grandchild, your niece, nephew, or whoever. 314-369-3289. As we just have one more heat left in this first session. Back the other way, we got a nice battle going down to the far end of the pool. This is Bauer and Green as they battle a couple of 13-year-olds. Bauer, first one to the wall. We saw some strong swims out of him in previous events. Nice flip turn there by Montgomery. As Katie Klein and Ethan Hill will round things out going the other way. First one in, nice swim there. 2:16, 2:19. Both of them are going to drop significant times there. Very strong. Next one in, 2:23 for Montgomery. Followed by 2:30 and 2:31 from Klein and Hill. So nice all the way around. Now, as I told you earlier, we are in heat number 6, and here is the lineup for heat number 6. Top to bottom of your screen, lane 1 to 6. Adam Barnes, Serena Huang, Ryan Lipsky, Genevieve Hahn, Alex McGee, and Tanner Hillsman. I think this is the first time we've seen a heat where there's more boys than girls. Memory serves me. First one to the wall with a strong flip turn is Ryan Lipsky, the 13-year-old. Trying to beat his fastest time of 2:05. He comes in with the quickest preliminary time. He stretches things out, but a very strong swim also from Alex McGee, fellow 13-year-old. Hillsman right on their tails as well. 50 fast for a 200 at 28:29 for those first three. And right there in the 30s for lanes 2 and 6, followed all the way up by Adam Barnes in lane number 1. Neck and neck now for the first three front runners. Right in behind them though, and not giving anything up yet are Hahn and Huang. They're hanging right in there as we are at 100, just around a minute. 102s, 103s across the board for the first four. 105 for Huang. Going the other way as Barnes continues to work his way back down the pool. Good technique from the four front runners, really from the first five all the way through. Head down, nice smooth stroke, elbows up out of the air. You see the coaches going through that dynamic technique. Now it's Hillsman. He's going to pull out the lead with the last 50 remaining. First to the wall, Tanner Hillsman. He'll kick off. He'll go one-on-one now with Lipsky. Let's see who's got more left in the tank. Followed quickly by McGee. Hillsman stretching it out just slightly. All these young men competing for the AGS team, and you see Coach Chris Etherington there in the bottom right of your screen cheering his squad on, telling them, let's go, here we go, down to the wire. We've got a race, folks. It's Lipsky and Hillsman once again. The 12-year-old and the 13-year-old followed quickly by their teammate McGee. It's going to be Hillsman all the way to the wall. Let's see what he drops on this one. 2:07. He drops 8 seconds almost in that. 7.5 seconds. Great swim for young Tanner. Followed quickly by his teammate Ryan Lipsky. A little off of his fastest time. We talked about him coming in with a little quicker time. And then, of course, McGee, he comes in at 2:11, but a little bit of a drop for him. But, boy, Hillsman really dominated that one. He drops nearly 8 seconds in that event. So a nice, strong swim for him. We are finished now for session number 1. I'm going to give you a couple more little anecdotes for this one as we wrap things up. Let me look at the time standards to see if any of these youngsters, how they perform there in that 200 free. We start to look at the 11 and 12-year-old boys just off of a AA time by less than half a second for young Tanner Hillsman is coming in finally here now to round things out. Adam Barnes also coming at 3:02, and looks like he did not finish as strong as he had previously. But again, Tanner just off of that AA time by less than a half a second. We go to the 13 and 14-year-old boys in this 200 free. And We get a double B time in there for both Lipsky and McGee, and of course Hillsman will be at that double B as well when he ages up in a couple of weeks. We got a note from his parents and grandparents, and they said, hey, he'll be there a couple of weeks. And we look at Genevieve Hahn as well. Her fast time of 2:15 in that 200 free. That's very, very much well within that double B range. So all of them have qualified now for the end of the year championships in their age groups. And of course, I want to say hello to our good friend Ron Hillsman. Many of the people around the Parkway program will know Ron. He dedicates a lot of his time and energy. He volunteers for the program and is just a good well-wisher. And while I am a crazy swim dad, I feel good enough to say he's a crazy swim grandpa. And that should just about round us out here on this first session here of the 2020 Parkway IMX swim meet. Join us here at about 7:45 for session number 2. We're going to be with you all weekend. We want to thank Kevin Girth for bringing this action and producing it for you, to all the coaches, all the volunteers, all the timekeepers. Until then, so long.